The dense forest surrounding Alderwood whispered secrets to those brave enough to listen. The town had been abandoned for decades, swallowed by the creeping vines and gnarled trees. Its history was buried beneath layers of grime and neglect, and its name had become a mere ghost story among the locals. A group of friends, Ethan, Sarah, Mark, and Emily, were drawn to Alderwood by a mysterious letter. The letter had no return address and was written in a trembling hand, but it was unmistakably addressed to them. The sender claimed that the answers they sought about their past lay within Alderwood's forgotten streets. The four friends arrived at Alderwood as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the rotting buildings. Their car's headlights pierced the gathering darkness, illuminating the skeletal remains of what once was a thriving community. The town's silence was unnerving, broken only by the occasional rustling of leaves. Mark, the skeptic of the group, scoffed at the idea of supernatural occurrences, but the chill in the air suggested otherwise. Sarah, always the most sensitive to the energies around her, felt an inexplicable dread as they stepped out of the car. As they explored the town, the friends discovered faded signs and overgrown pathways. The streets were eerily quiet, save for the echo of their footsteps. They came across an old schoolhouse, its windows shattered and its doors hanging ajar. Inside, the remnants of a classroom were scattered desks overturned, blackboards covered in dust, and old textbooks strewn about. Emily, fascinated by the history of the place, stumbled upon a hidden compartment beneath a rotting floorboard. Inside, she found old photographs of the town's residents and a diary belonging to a young girl named Lily, who had lived in Alderwood during his last days. The diary painted a grim picture of Alderwood's final days. Lily wrote about strange occurrences, whispers in the night, shadows that moved on their own, and a sense of being watched. The diary entries became increasingly frantic, culminating in a final, desperate plea for help. The last entry was dated the day the town was abandoned. The friends were intrigued, but also troubled. What had caused such fear that the entire town had been evacuated? Ethan suggested they spend the night in the town to uncover the truth, despite the growing sense of unease. As night fell, the friends set up camp in the old town hall, the largest and most intact building. The wind howled outside, and the temperature dropped significantly. They tried to make light of the situation, but an oppressive atmosphere hung over them. Around midnight, the building's ancient heating system kicked in with a loud clatter, startling everyone. Shadows danced on the walls, and the friends' nerves were frayed. Emily heard faint whispers coming from the hallways and saw fleeting glimpses of figures just out of sight. The friends' fears escalated as paranormal activity intensified. Doors slammed shut by themselves, and disembodied voices echoed through the empty rooms. Ethan, trying to rationalize the events, set up a camera to record any unusual activity. The footage revealed shadowy figures moving about, their features obscured, but their intentions clear. Sarah, feeling a strong connection to the spirits, began to experience vivid nightmares about the town's past. She dreamed of Lily, trapped in an endless loop of terror, begging for release. Determined to find answers, the group delved deeper into the town's history. They discovered that Alderwood had been a site of dark rituals in the early 1900s. A group of townsfolk had been involved in occult practices, attempting to summon entities from beyond. When the rituals went wrong, the town was cursed, and the residents were driven to madness. The diary's final entry revealed that Lily had witnessed the failed ritual and had been among those trying to escape the town's clutches. The curse had been sealed with the town's abandonment, but the restless spirits remained, trapped between worlds. Realizing they were in grave danger, the friends decided to leave the town at dawn. However, as they attempted to leave, they found the paths leading out of Alderwood were mysteriously blocked. The spirits seemed to be actively preventing their escape, their haunting presence growing more aggressive. Desperate, the friends made one last attempt to break the curse. They conducted a makeshift ritual using the information they had uncovered, hoping to appease the spirits and lift the curse. The ritual, though rudimentary, seemed to pacify the restless entities, and the oppressive atmosphere began to lift. The friends finally managed to leave Alderwood just as the first light of dawn broke. They were exhausted and shaken, but they had survived. They never spoke of the events that occurred in Alderwood, and the town faded back into obscurity. Years later, the town's curse remained a chilling legend. Despite their ordeal, the friends had learned a valuable lesson about curiosity and the dangers of delving too deep into the unknown. Alderwood's name lived on as a ghost story, whispered among locals and thrill seekers alike. The town remained abandoned, its dark past buried beneath layers of dust and silence. The friends never returned, and the secrets of Alderwood remained forever locked within its eerie confines, waiting for the next unwary souls to uncover them.